You all set?
All right. I want to welcome everybody again to GLX Sports on YouTube. I am your gracious host, Big G, and my co-hosts are
Raider Mike,
Raider Lady 19 in the building.
And this your boy, the Young Architect.
oh, I got my name by default. Somebody gave me this name. See, I didn't make it. Somebody gave it to me. It just stuck.
we can rock with that. You know what I'm saying? But let's see how we're gonna start it off tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little off kilter because I've been out doing my thing with my homies and whatnot. But a lot of interesting things going on in sports tonight. Matter of fact, not tonight, but this week. But you know what? Where I want to start it off is with the Warriors and just their playoff positioning. We start on Sunday, so we see they just lost to the Nuggets tonight. But let's just see the overall picture as far as the Warriors, Jokic, and how things are playing off. You know what I mean? Architect, what do you think is going on with that series, and how is it going to you?
Hey man, look. I looked at it like this. I thought tonight the Warriors were gonna end it. I thought they were gonna sweep, although they did struggle. They did struggle to stop Jokic, as well as I want to throw out Monte Morris out there as well. But they fought back. They fought back hard, and for some reason in the second half, the Warriors seem to play when they're down and out. The second half usually is what where their strength is, where they can kind of make a comeback. And I think a big factor in tonight is Draymond getting ejected. But all in all, I think this series is kind of going how I expected it to go, saying that the Nuggets don't have their second and third option in Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. Now I will say this, Jokic he's playing to that MVP caliber. You know what I'm saying? He kind of was off, especially in that game where he got ejected. He was kind of off, but you can see that when he's on the court, he's a problem, especially for the Warriors, saying that they don't have a big who can guard him outside of Draymond, who's really undersized. I think the Warriors will close it out next game. It's at home. So they rarely lose at home in the playoffs as is. But I like to see, I like to see a little bit more fight out of the Nuggets. Although this was a close game, as far as I'd like to see them try and push it just to see how far they can go as far as in this series. But I think the Warriors are going to close it out.
Okay. I like that. Raider 19, what do you think?
Man, I expect the Warriors to handle business and finish it out. I'll be surprised if it goes 5, strictly because I don't trust Aaron Gordon. Shout out to the San Jose crew, but who from San Jose. But I don't think he does. That's been his whole career, is not being consistent. He has a lot of flash, he has a lot of bounce, but he's not thoroughly consistent in being impactful.
Mm-hmm.
That's on my end. Sorry. He's not consistently impactful. So only way it can even be competitive, like if they have a chance, which I don't think they're going to run the table, it's hard. Even with the Warriors, if they're even not playing on all cylinders, they're still hard to win 3 straight games against. I mean, it's only been once, and it was, we already know about that team. So, yeah, I expect them to close it out next game. I don't think Denver has enough impactful players who play consistently outside of other Joker. So I expect them to close it.
Well, that's good. I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? But I want to expound on that. I'll let Raider Mike go and see what he has to say about it.
Like you said, the show was already over between them and the Warriors. Fat lady didn't sing and burp. I'm just gonna let you know, if she ate, burped, and belched, whatever, that series is over. Warriors have too many scores. Warriors have superior defense. And like you said about the Joker, whatever, he get an ace of spade next game. Game over. Okay, ace of spade, his ass is out. His team is out. they're gonna all be out because they just, and I don't eat, and I'm not, you can't make no excuses. Oh, we ain't got this person. I don't want to hear that. You was gonna get beat anyway. The superior team is a superior team, and I ain't a Warrior fan. But from the games that I'm watching and seeing how Draymond could rattle up that Joker dude and get in his head, and then he looked like he's a totally different player when Draymond. So he's scoring all them points. He's not scoring them all when Draymond is on. So you got to look at that. When Draymond is on him, he's not scoring that many. Draymond's stealing the ball from him and frustrating. He's getting frustrated when he get on him, man. I just think that Warriors have they playing team basketball and see Curry we don't give Curry credit for how great of a leader he is, how great of a motivator he is. He's a silent assassin on the court, but a motivator, because look how he got Jordan Poole's playing. Look at him, man, playing with swag, with confidence. He playing like he can pick up a building and run with it. No, I haven't seen a player that hasn't, he just popped out of nowhere for me. So I'm impressed with him. I mean, the stuff that I seen him do, I said, damn, this ain't nothing but a little Curry out here. So we got another Curry out here, but who can really take it to the basket, and he can just really, man, I seen some flashes. I mean, he go by people and he's explosive. So, I mean, that's all.
You found yourself.
Yeah, and it took him 3 years, but I don't care how long it took him, but he's got it. This is the perfect offense for him, the perfect system for him, to where when Curry could not start a game, and you got this fool here tearing people up, and then Curry coming here 34 points in 23 minutes in a game. I mean, come on, man. That's a luxury. That's a luxury. But anyway, that's all I can say. The Warriors gonna win. So hey, I ain't got no bad to say about it.
Man, it's a trip to me that Jokic, the first game he had 25 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Second game, 26 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. Third game, fool had 37 points, 18 rebounds, and 5 assists. And they all were in losses. So to me, how they accuse LeBron of being like a stat freak. They're saying he could fill up the stat sheets and they don't mean anything. I'm like, this is the epitome of that. So for me, I didn't watch the game tonight. I must confess. Yeah, the Nuggets won, but Jokic has the most empty rebound stat sheet, or not even just rebound, just stat sheet that I've seen. He could fill it up. It could look good. He's going to win the MVP this year, and it almost like it means nothing. The Warriors are going to win this series. It's 3-1 now. And they're coming back to Bay, in the next game. And I just believe it's going to be over. Jokic, he can score 40, have 20 rebounds and 10 assists. They're going to lose. The stat sheet means nothing. So
that's why
it is what it is. And
plus Jokic, I think this series is averaging, 5-6 turnovers a game too. Like this game I watched today, he almost had a triple-double with turnovers. I think he had like 7 or 8 or something like that.
That's a lot.
We in here and we in here.
Yeah, he had 7. He had 7 TOs. That's a
yeah. So when he's gonna do his thing,
that's a lot.
We're gonna see for the Warriors, the real test is gonna be next round. They're gonna get Memphis or they're gonna get Minnesota. We're gonna see what they're made of.
I'd rather play Minnesota.
Me too. But we'll see what that's about.
Yeah.
But moving right along. We got. I just want to talk about the injuries. See what you guys think about how the injuries are affecting the playoffs right now. So you got injuries affecting the Denver Warriors series and the Phoenix Suns series, and then also the Milwaukee series with Middleton being out. See what you guys think about that. Raider Lady 19.
Yeah. Injuries are a part of the game. So I never it is what it is. You get injured, you got to play regardless. But it is having an impact. I would say it will have an impact on the Suns. It's Booker. Let's just call that what it is. I mean, I
Yeah.
love CP3 and everything he do. The dude that's the sloth, little left-handed sloth looking dude. I forget his name, Payne, whatever his name.
Oh yeah, yeah,
he do look like a sloth.
An 8-time, but Booker is the equalizer for that team. And if he's not on the court, I think that's gonna go 7. And it's going to have an impact. Now, Milwaukee, you just informed me. I didn't know Chris Middleton was out. I still think they can play without Chris Middleton, surprisingly, to be honest with you.
Shit, they won today convincingly.
Right. And it favors, and that matchup is not, they can win that first round without him. Now, a deep run, they're going to need it, because he make big shots. He's not afraid to take big shots. So they're going to need that because Giannis still hasn't even been put in a predicament to do that outside of maybe that Philly series a couple of years ago. And so Chris Middleton is the need. But yeah, I think that's it though. Those two, that's why I see those being the biggest impact when it comes to injuries on those two teams.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
It's the Suns and the Bucks for a deep run.
I'm amongst a similar mind frame. Red Mike, what do you think?
Well, like I said, I've always said like this. I'm not going to well, that is a big impact for Chris Middleton to be out. But they, like I said, they're going to win this first round. The second round, if he ain't playing, they're going out. Because they're going to play Boston. Well, we know they're playing Boston because the Brooklyn is done. So I'm going to just tell you that right now. They're done. Even if they win a game, even if they win 2 games, they're done. They're done. But I think that's for this round, like she said, I agree with her that no, they'll be fine this round. They ain't playing nobody. Who they playing? The Bulls? The Bulls can't beat the Bulls beat them 1 game. That's all they're going to get.
Right.
Yeah.
They're going to get 1 game and have your 1 game and like it because you're going to get beat the next game, 2 games, you're going home. So it impacts them.
What happened?
What
happened?
Man.
Only in the second round, is when it's going to be time to really play some ball. And as far as we said Milwaukee and Phoenix. So Devin Booker is concerned. Phoenix, they're going to be lucky to get out of this round. They're going to get out of this round by the skin of their teeth. They're not. If Booker don't play the next round, hey, they're going to be on that fishing boat going fishing. I can promise you that. That Kenny Smith's boat, how he got the boat? We had my Lakers on there. We're going to have them Phoenix Suns on. Sloth will be on there. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, he's going to be on there too. You
don't think they can beat the Pelicans without?
No, I said they're going to come out the first round, but they're not going to come out the second round. I mean, it's going 7. Like Lil G said, they going 7, and anything can happen in game 7, but I'll take Phoenix out of that round, but after that, they're going to be the excuses. Oh, we ain't 100% healthy. Ain't no excuses. Y'all better get it out. You better pull it out your ass like a stripper. You better pull that dub out your ass like a stripper. That's all I got to say. I mean, there's no excuses. When we get to the playoffs, everybody's good. Everybody got to play.
Hey, I feel that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? That's amongst the same little mind frame I may be on, but you know what I'm saying? Let's see what Architect got to say about
it. I think, along with Chris Middleton and Devin Booker being hurt, I think a factor in this series in the East is going to be Kyle Lowry. You know what I'm saying? Granted, the Heat won like convincingly tonight, but I think going further in, they're going to need Kyle Lowry as far as what they've built as a team. Don't get me wrong, Spo is a hell of a coach, but when they get to these other teams, when they get to a Boston, when they get to the 76ers, whatever, I'm specifically thinking Boston. I'm thinking Boston here because Boston 1 through 5, they're pretty solid. And as far as we know, we haven't seen Victor Oladipo completely healthy. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen really what he can do, whether he's back at who he was. He kind of struggled tonight in the minutes that he did play. I think Kyle Lowry is going to be a big factor going forward. Chris Middleton, I agree with everyone else. I believe this round, I don't think is necessary that he's needed. But going forward, he's for surely going to be one of those players that they look upon to help Giannis, along with Drew Holiday. You know what I'm saying? And then Phoenix, man, Devin Booker, he as much as you want to give credit to Chris Paul, Devin Booker is very much the driving source of that team. I'm saying his ability to score the ball at pretty much at any given time. I mean, he's one of the better scorers in the league. And even though he's so young, I mean, right now, they're kind of struggling. You can see when they play like tonight, they're playing the Pelicans, and they're kind of struggling offensively. They're doing all right, but I think especially Devin Booker missing this game and the next one, I believe he's gonna have to come back and make some sort of impact. Even if they just use him as a decoy, Devin Booker is definitely gonna have to be able to come back and adjust to take over and, you know, do what they have to do as far as wanting to get back to another finals. You know what I'm saying? Looks like the host is feeling a little under the weather. So I'm gonna go ahead and take over for the rest of the time. All right. So next then we're gonna kind of look into the Deebo Samuel situation. How do you think the Niners should handle it, or should they just let him go? Raider Lady 19, what do you think?
Yeah, you know, I was talking smack about earlier this week about Deebo, with his wanting to get paid, but I understand why he wanted to get paid. I'm like, I just remember a time when rookies played out their contract.
Mm-hmm.
Then you saw where the chips fell. But you know, we're in a different time and a different era, I suppose. And so people trying to get paid as soon as they can. So I can't blame them for that. But the Niners are going to have to pay. They're not trading Deebo Samuels. What are you going to get for him? I don't think a team will give you a number one for him. I'll be surprised. If Julio Jones, who's put in major work, cannot go for a first, I don't know if a fourth-year receiver who's had 1,000-yard receiving season in his career is going to get a number one.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And but the Niners are going to pay him, and they're going to pay him around $20-25 million. I don't think if he thinking he getting Devontae money, if he think he getting, you know, cheetah money, he's tripping. But unless he's trying to force his way out. Now that I don't know. But I think the 49ers will have to eventually cave to his to his wants, and they got to pay him.
Because he did request a trade, but you think they can still rekindle it?
That's smoke. That's just smoke. That's smoke. Yeah. That's, you know, false smoke, like artificial, you know, movie artificial smoke. That ain't real smoke. Because it ain't that hot over there. They need him, and he needs them. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still, to me, still relatively unproven. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I just haven't seen the full route tree yet. I understand that you can come out the backfield, you can get jet sweeps, you can run across the field, but yeah, they'll give him his money.
Okay. All right, Raider Mike, what you think?
Like I said before, he's gonna get some cheetah chips and Gordita whips. He's gonna get his guap. They're gonna pay him that money just about in that neighborhood. Why? Because they're gonna have to. Because you're gonna force their hand, and they're not. I mean, Julio Jones. I'm gonna tell you what. Julio Jones,
Mike?
He gonna get about 30. He ain't gonna get all the cheetah. He ain't get no cheetah money. He gonna get 30. Woo. But you know what? I bet he gonna get 30. But you know why? But look what he did for the team. They can't. It ain't no way they can argue about it. They can't argue. The proof of the work is there. The work is there. But the reason why, let's get back to Julio Jones, like you're saying. I'm gonna tell you why Julio Jones and get no first round draft pick, because Julio Jones can't stay healthy, save his life now.
True.
The last 2 years, Julio Jones can now say, I love Julio Jones as a receiver. I like Julio Jones ever since he came out of Alabama. But the last 2 years, he's not the same Julio Jones. That's why.
What about Amari Cooper? Amari Cooper, he went for a one. The
first time. Then he went for a fifth.
Amari Cooper is he's still worth, you know, he's still a little bit more worth than Julio, because Amari Cooper hasn't been hurt like Julio Jones. So that's why you could get one for him, because he was still 100% healthy and he was still productive. Julio Jones is not. But Deebo Samuels, like I said, Samuels, he's going to get that money, whether everybody like it or not, and say what they want to say. But the man run the football. He catches the football. He does jet sweeps. Shit, damn, the man could throw a football if they ask him to throw it. So they don't ask him to do everything. They might ask him to punt a football. So, you know what I'm saying? He's an all-around receiver, and he needs to get – the reason why he wants so much money, because he's basically saying, I'm a running back and a receiver. Mm-hmm. So that means you should get paid for multitasking, right? He's a multitasker that's good at his craft.
Yep.
So to me, you know how I feel about 49ers. I despise that organization, everything about them, and it's because, and I have reasons, because of the whole Kaepernick thing. But what's right was right. Pay the man. You pay him or pay him no attention, because somebody else will pay him. Jacksonville passing out money like they're passing out candy.
Man. It's all Jacksonville fault. It's all Jacksonville fault.
They passing out candy checks. I mean, they passing out candy. They probably just throwing a checkbook on the ground and say, put a number on it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, if they don't, I guarantee you the Jaguars will throw him a checkbook. Tell him to put his numbers on the checkbook. So that's all. All I gotta say, 49ers, you made the man, pay the man. That's it.
All right, I'm right there with y'all. I think Debo's gonna get paid. I think he's gonna get around 25 per. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason, I think the reason why Debo threw out that trade, and I think it is because he's like, shit, if you're gonna use me as a running back, you see the lifespan of most running backs in today's NFL. You know, they don't last 4 years long. Tops. I mean, shit, look at Christian McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying? That man played about 3-4 games, still getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
Broken up
just you know what I'm saying? Then you want to throw, even you can throw a Derrick Henry out there. I mean, he got hurt.
He's next on the list.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then you look at the past. You look at what the Dallas Cowboys paid Zeke. He's not great now. Remember when the Rams gave Todd Gurley that big money? Yeah. I think we don't even know where Todd Gurley is now.
No, you remember happened to Cadillac Williams when Tampa ran
even Cadillac Williams.
You know they ran the tires off the Cadillac. They took all the trade off the Cadillac.
You're gonna look at it,
and he ain't even playing now.
100%. And then you're gonna look at it and be like, okay, well, Debo's looking at it like this. I balled out this year, and I think he also has that mentality, which a lot of other people that have, as far as the NFL, is what have you done for me lately? So he's really banking on that. Oh, I just had a good season. I should be able to cash in on just that one good season. And I think the Niners are going to end up paying him out. I don't see them trading him at all. I don't see them like trying to, move on from him or anything, because they see, with Debo there, they had a better chance than without him. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all I got to say about it. Pay the man. You know what I'm saying? Next on the list, I want to talk about the Utah Jazz, man. Utah, they seem like they seem very up and down. You can kind of see that Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert aren't really like whatever their relationship is kind of showing on the court. There's a stat that I saw the other day. It says Donovan Mitchell averages more turnovers than passes to Rudy Gobert. You know what I'm saying? I think, especially after losing this series, I think they're going to end up blowing that team up. Maybe move on from Donovan Mitchell or Rudy Gobert, maybe even both. But I think Quinn Snyder's out of there. Raider Mike, tell me what you think about the situation, man.
Well, I don't think they're going to move away from Mitchell. And if they got an extra big, then they might get a Gobert, because all he really is a rim protector, a shot blocker. He's not a scorer. Mm-hmm. So they can win without him. As long as they can just get a big that's just going to do what he needs to do, get some rebounds and play some defense. Because that's basically all Rudy Gobert is there for. I mean, he can catch some alley-oop dunks, and some putbacks. He can't shoot. He ain't shooting threes. Nah. He's just an old school basketball player that plays at the rim. And Donovan Mitchell, you can't trade him. That's a franchise player. You don't move a franchise player. You can move the other guy, because you could find a big man to do what he do. You know what I'm saying? You may not find another player that can play like Donovan Mitchell. I mean, I'm impressed with him, but they struggling, and they should be beating the Mavericks. when Doncic wasn't in there, how do you not beat them? Y'all struggling and barely beat them by 1 point in the game. Beat them. So they're not winning the series. I mean, Utah, yeah, they got some changes to make. Coach is too soft for the team. He's lost control of the team. Usually when you lose control, they let go. The owner lets you go. So it'll be interesting off season for them. But like you said, it starts with the coach, the leadership, because leadership reflects the attitude of the players and the team. So the coach's leadership, and that's how I feel about
it. Okay. All right, Radio Lady, let me know what you think about it.
Yeah, I didn't know that they had if they having conflict between the center and the number one guard. We've seen that in the past, and it didn't turn out good. I saw my Lakers go through it. When you got a big and an outside guard that's bumping heads, they're going to go with the guard. So if that's the case, then Rudy, after this season, Rudy Gobert is going to move on. They paid him too much anyway. $200 million for what? I guess, but not really. You know what I'm saying? 200 million. Like, really? But
no, all he do was get some rebounds.
Right. So and they don't match up well with Dallas. I'm like, seriously, like this series, they don't match up with them. They I think Dallas is longer. They tough, they gritty. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give credit to Jason Kidd for that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get that to Jay Kidd, because he got a bunch of kids over there, and they playing. So I'm saying they playing with it as an extension of him on that floor, and so they don't match up. They got more heart. Finney Smith, I like the way he plays. I watched him this all year, just kick the Lakers' ass every time they play.
Who had to kick our ass? Shit,
man. They got that youngster Powell, and then they got Brunson. They don't match up, and the only thing they got outside of Donovan Mitchell is the other ex-Laker, Clarkson.
Clarkson.
Yeah. So in Bogdanovich, but Bogdanovich, I think he can be controlled, he can be contained, and they don't have nobody else. Like, who else could you? Who? Hassan Whiteside? Nope. Like, no, who they got? They don't match up well. And like I said, if they're gonna move on, they're gonna move on from Rudy Gobert. Actually, Utah about to go back into being post Stockton and Malone Utah.
Yeah, I definitely see that happening. I
can see them going back into that, taking that step back. They had their window.
Their window got closed.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. All right. Next, I want to hear y'all thoughts on Ben Simmons and how he may or may not have pulled off the biggest heist in the history of the U.S. Raider Lady, I see you shaking your head. Let's hear you go first. What you got about it?
My first thoughts when I hear disgraceful, just disgraceful, straight up, like stealing money. He literally he played, or didn't play. He talked his way, or he faked his way out of Philly, right? And came here and did the same. It's doing the same thing. I mean, he's not a competitor. I'm just really realize this dude is not a competitor. So I'm telling you, when shit hits the fan and things start going rocky, you get to see who is who. So things got rocky for him in Philly. He started to fold like a tent. He fold like a lawn chair, son. The pressure on you, they want more out of you. You can't deliver. It's okay to be like, you're not that dude, and you're not. You're not. You're just not. It's okay. The NBA will expose you over time. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're not getting better every year. That's what he ain't did. Supposed to get better. The name of the game is to get better every single year. But he fell into that last Kardashian curse. Yes, it's real. And,
he did.
You know what I'm saying? And got Hollywood way too fast. And some people, let me tell you, I played basketball, and I played that at high level. And some people, when they hit their real adversity, they show you who they are, and they're not who you thought they were. And that's what it's looking like for Ben. You know what I'm saying? This team is down is down 3-1 now. He can play.
Oh, no, they're 3-0.
3-0?
3-0.
Yeah.
He can play. He can step on the court tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
He's afraid. He's been, sometimes your talent you can skirt by. He's afraid. You know what I'm saying? He's afraid. I think mentally he's afraid to go out there. He's afraid to fail right now. While all eyes are on him because they saw how you did in Philly. So now all eyes is on you. And he's afraid to fail. So he's saying, let me recover. Then I have the whole off season to get it right. And then I can be myself. It's disgraceful. That's all I got to say.
All right, Raider Mike, what you got going?
I'm just saying, I mean, he picking the right game to come back the next game if he do, because he can't be blamed for it if he played good or bad. They lose, then hey, they ain't gonna say nothing about it. He's just getting back. But if they win, they can say, hey, Ben Simmons had an impact. But like I said, you guys talking about stealing money and all that stuff. What the heck do you think the United States of America is? we have been stealing money from. Come on, the United States is built on stealing, killing, and taking. Okay. Man, go on and get your money. I don't care if you're taking it from him. I don't care if you're faking it. You're getting your money. He's a 6'10". You can't coach that as being a point guard. And then he's a great defender. And no small guard, and nobody can guard him. Even if he can't shoot a jump shot to save his life, but he can go to that basket. You know what I'm saying? He can get that ball to other people who can shoot the jump shot. That's all Ben Simmons needs to do is be him. That's all he needs to do.
He already said he missing game 4. He said he woke up with a step back.
Well, okay.
He playing game 4.
Well, when you know what? They may if they lose, if I think they're gonna win game 4 because they got to win that one home game. There's no way that Silverman finna say, hey, y'all done got swept. Silverman already done win in the locker room. He already win in the locker room. Say, hey, went to the referee's locker room, gave them little lunch bags full of something in them, and say, hey. Call everything. If they sneeze on Kevin Durant, you better call it. Because they have not been calling nothing in this series, and you know damn well they haven't. And it's just like it's robbery. It's a highway robbery. It reminds me of my Lakers and the Pistons. I was mad about that series for about 3 months. We lost. We got highway robbery. We got Kobe, Shaq, you got all them stars, Karl Malone and Gary Payton, Rick Fox and all. Come on, man.
That's because y'all cheated the Kings.
I don't care. I don't care. That roster with old butter and some young cake, we were supposed to win that. Okay. If Kobe, that's my dude. If we'd have just went and ran our offense through Shaq that whole series, then Wallace would have fouled out. Wallace would have fouled out. Both of the Wallace boys, Tayson Prince would have fouled out. Shaq just control that game, that series. Yo, you can hack all you want. So hack a Shaq all you want. All y'all gonna foul out. We just needed to sell out that series. But anyway, we're talking about Ben Simmons. So let me get that out of my head. But anyway, like I said, Ben Simmons, like I said, what this country's been built on. That's guaranteed money. Take that money. Don't even play it in if you want. You got your mental health. Mental health comes first. Okay. Come back next year and then earn your money. That's all I got to say about him. I know it's just a lack of confidence and it's all mental. You can't play if you're not mentally strong.
Mm-hmm.
Build your mental back up and come back. That's all I got to say. I ain't a Brooklyn fan.
I agree with both of y'all points, but as a LSU fan, I remember watching Ben Simmons at LSU. You know what I'm saying? Number 1 recruit out of high school and out of all colleges, he chooses LSU. Like, I was like, that threw me for a loop right there. You know what I'm saying? But watching those games, even back when he was in college, you would see, and I'm talking about LSU's schedule. Obviously, they play some of the top schools, but you talking about you playing like I can't even think of a bad basketball school right now, but you think you playing like a terrible college team, and you would see Ben Simmons he would give up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking this dating back to his freshman year of college. You know what I'm saying? The man still went number 1 because he's 16 and can pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm not mistaken, I don't even think he played his entire season at LSU. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and then, you know what I'm saying? Then you going into Philly, yeah, you look at it, they're looking at it. Oh yeah, we got him, we got Joel Embiid. You know what I'm saying? And they look like they was doing something. Because in the beginning, Ben Simmons Ben Simmons gave us all that rise. He was like, oh shit, Ben Simmons, he could be this next great NBA star and all that. But then you saw it when Philly started to lose, and not only just his teammates, but like you hear the fans. Obviously, Philly, the fans is gonna let you hear it. You know what I'm saying? They'll boo you. They'll boo your own team, their own players. They don't care because at the end of the day, that they saw what you can do. So now the simple fact of the matter is that you starting to fold. You starting to look soft. You coming off. Even your head coach saying that I don't want to put you in late game situations. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And then on top of that, you don't work on your game. We'll see. There's been a million and one videos of Ben Simmons working on a jump shot in the summer or in training camp. You'll never see that boy not even attempt. You know what I'm saying? He'll pass the ball out if he's wide open. I think he hit one 3-pointer and the crowd went crazy and that man never shot the ball again. You know what I'm saying? Then, like Raider Lady said, he basically cried his way and got his way out of Philly. And everybody thought, oh, Ben Simmons is going to be okay now that he's not in Philly. But that clearly wasn't the case because he went to a perfect situation where he doesn't have to shoot the ball. You got Seth Curry, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant alone are some of the greatest scorers in NBA history. You know what I'm saying? Seth Curry is a hell of a shooter. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at that, all you have to do is play defense and pass the ball, and you can't even get on the court and do that. Bro, you can stand there and look tall. You know what I'm saying? You're 6'10". You're 6'10", 250. And you mean to tell me you can't stand on the court and they don't need you to shoot.
What is his injury? Can anybody, what is his injury?
This man has been saying something about his back, right? Okay, I understand that. But at the end of the day, and this going back to the Warriors. Also, Draymond, he hurt his back. He was out for like 6 weeks, if that. You know what I'm saying? And Draymond's an older player. He's done a lot more, especially on the defensive side, having to guard 1 through 5, grinding out an entire season, back-to-back championships, all that. And you still see Draymond. But again, that goes to that killer mentality, that mentality of wanting to be great, wanting to dominate on the court. You know what I'm saying? Ben Simmons simply just doesn't have that. And that dated back to his college days. Now, in high school, it was different because he was already bigger and taller than everybody. He didn't have to worry about it. Mm-hmm. But, coming into the NBA, you just now seeing, okay, I'm 6'10", I can do this and this and that. Especially if they play you at the point, who's guarding you? You know what I'm saying?
Did he have surgery? Did he have surgery?
I don't think he had surgery. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what you're doing all of this. And then all of a sudden, now, even when your team is down 3-0, because I'm sure, I'm almost positive this man could have played this series starting from game 1. You know what I'm saying?
Put that damn icy hot patch on your back.
If I'm any coach looking forward, thinking about Ben Simmons or anything like that, even if I'm the Nets, I'm looking at it like this. All right, bro, you clearly, at least from the outside looking in, you don't want to play basketball. We're paying you all this money to sit on the bench and dress nice. That's not going to cut it, especially for a team like Brooklyn, who's literally built to win now. If you have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving on your team, you're built to win now. We saw that with James Harden. They got him the hell up out of there, even though James Harden didn't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? They got him up out of there. At this point, I feel like that trade that they made wasn't even worth it.
No, he had a mental health issue though. If he got a mental health issue, then they got to be dealt with. Yeah. So, but
I understand that, but you can even go to a sports physio, shock therapy. There's a million and one ways to help yourself.
Yeah, but if your mind ain't right, you can't play.
And Ben Simmons' mind ain't been right since I want to say his 3rd or 4th year.
Well, Brandon Ingram's mind is right now because he got 30 points and they won at 84
exactly.
to 74.
I look at right. And I feel for the whole mental health thing. I really do. I really do. But at the same time,
but it's something serious and you can't.
Yeah, it really is. But at the same time, it's very much looking like he doesn't want to help himself. He's not even saying that he has to talk to the media or anything like that, or he has to explain himself. But bro, at the end of the day, even if you want to be mentally, even if you want to get your mental right, take some time away from the game. Because at this point, you're a distraction to the Nets. Because the big question is, when is Ben Simmons going to come back?
Right.
Not even along with the Nets struggles. That's question that like the Nets struggles has been 1A. Ben Simmons has been 1B, and that shouldn't be the focus.
Right. Because when he got traded, they were anticipating him being a week or two away and getting
Exactly
on the court.
And all these
take
setbacks.
Your ass to a sports psychologist and go get the help you need. If that's it, I'm old school. I'm old school. I believe as a top competitor athlete, you have to push through all things. I believe in compartmentalizing.
Well,
speaking of that, right?
I believe in pushing through.
Speaking of that,
right?
AB. He pulled in an AB. So
look at this, but no, look at this, Mike. Look at this, Mike. Look at this, right? Kobe's your favorite player, right?
Right.
Tell me one thing Kobe didn't play through.
Huh?
Tell me, like, what's one big? Kobe tore his Achilles, shot 2 free throws, and walked off the court. Kobe didn't play with broken fingers and all that. Like,
Kobe
I'm sure his mental health wasn't always there.
No, we know it wasn't. He had a queso hanging over his head.
Exactly.
He had jail time hanging over his head.
Kobe Bryant is the ultimate. He has his mental.
That's the thing, though. We don't know what Kobe left it all. Kobe always left it out on the court.
Yeah, but Kobe's mental is why he could do that. He is mentally prepared.
But we don't know what Kobe was feeling when he got home. We don't know what Kobe could have been having the hardest time of his life, especially during the time when he hit the
court. But you know what? When the lights come on, the stars perform.
Exactly. And that's my biggest takeaway from this. Everybody who's trying to say Ben Simmons can be or is a star, they're wrong.
He's a star.
He has not yet to prove it. Until he proves it, he's a wash. In some eyes, he's a bust. Because let me tell you why
Philly can't come out the round. They want to blame it on him.
But that's the thing though too. Doc Rivers didn't even want him playing in crunch time. I should tell you something right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I think all in all, my biggest takeaway from this is congratulations to Ben Simmons for getting paid to do nothing. He's doing that getting paid millions of dollars to sit on the bench and look pretty.
He ain't the only one that got paid. Albert Bell got paid for baseball.
Hey, 35 mil a year until what, 2029 or something like that.
They ran Albert out of the game.
Yeah, they ran him out the game.
They ran him out.
Ben out the game, no?
You know when they ran him out, they still had to pay him.
Yeah, guaranteed contract. Yeah, no doubt.
Right.
No doubt.
But they're not going to do that.
I said, run me out. Run me into the parking lot. I'm getting paid.
I bet you this: if the Nets was to release Ben Simmons, he'd be on another team within the year.
That's what I was going to ask you, Architect. Will he be on the team? Will they move on from him, seeing how he is? Are they going to test driving? Or I think the only
way they'll move on from Ben Simmons is if Kevin Durant says something. Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving. If one of them say something like "get him out of here," but unless they say something, I think he's going to stay on the team.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kevin Durant,
no more.
Speaking of Kevin Durant, I want to talk about him, Russell Westbrook, and Harden's legacy. Obviously, we saw when they were a young Thunder team, you know what I'm saying? They went to the finals and then they disbanded it because OKC didn't want to pay James. But now we've each seen them individually, and they still haven't been able to lead a team. As far as, obviously, I think all three of them will end up being in the Hall of Fame. But do you think their best chance of ever winning a chip was when they were together? I'm going to go ahead and let Raider Mike start off with that one.
When they were together, was that their best chance? I think, you know what? No, I think, no, that was one of them, because it couldn't be, because they was beating the Warriors soundly, and Warriors came back and beat them. Klay Thompson went for 37 points and killed them in one quarter. It didn't matter. I think Kevin Durant has his best chance. Out of all three of them, Kevin Durant has the best chance of getting it first. Even though Kevin Durant already got him some rings, so you know, he got some hardware. But he didn't really he came to the Warriors. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? But regardless if he came to the Warriors or not, without him on that team, they're not winning those 2 championships back to back. That's bottom line. So let's get that out the way first. But as far as Harden, he can't carry a team by himself. Yeah, he can score. Who cares? But now he ain't even doing it. He's kind of, I don't know, maybe slowed down a little bit. I think his best chance was to get it if he'd have stayed in Brooklyn. You know, Philly is. I mean, if Harden don't turn it up, his chance, his window is closed too. So Westbrook coming to the Lakers came to the Lakers at a bad time. Came to the Lakers with LeBron. That's LeBron's team. LeBron's the coach. LeBron's the general manager. LeBron says who gets on the court. LeBron says who gets traded and comes in. He came at the wrong time because they're not running the offense through him versus he's a ball dominant guard. Yeah, I mean, he's not, he had a better chance of winning his title when they were together. He had a better chance. We're going to break it down. He had a better chance of winning the title when those three players were together. He did in that scenario. But you know, now he ain't got it because we got some work to do as Lakers. You know what I'm saying? That was embarrassment to the Laker organization. You know what I'm saying? You know, but Westbrook, like I said, yeah, his window was almost closed. He can only, the only thing he's doing is sticking his nose out, smell a little oxygen out with a little crack out the window. That crack is about to close the door. He could suffocate because he only got we blew this because he stays there. You're gonna have to stay this year. If we don't do that next year, he's not gonna be there next year, and we're gonna have to rebuild.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that Magic already had done, and now we're doing starting all over again because we sacrificed for one trophy.
Yep. And
we could have had a couple of trophies if we kept it where it was, but keep it solid. Like I said, Kevin Durant has the best chance out of all three of them to win a title. Then when them all three together, they didn't because why? They ran into the Warriors. That's why I say that, because the Warriors took the dreams away from everybody back then. On them 5 straight championships, man, nobody has done that. 5 straight. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for the league throwing that bone in on them against Cleveland when they was up 3-1, you know, putting them calls in there and getting Draymond suspended, and you know, it's about selling stories for the NFL. I'm not NFL, but NBA. It's about selling. You know, a good script, they want to have high tense drama in this mother. You know what I'm saying?
Paying them $47 million this year.
Who Ben Simmons?
The next year, no, Russell Westbrook. Y'all paying $47
million.
Well,
I know 44 million. It's 44, but that's a highway robbery. You got to make playoffs next year. LeBron gonna have to have a coca smile and shut the up and play basketball. I'm sorry. But anyway, that's how I feel about those 3 players, their legacy, and none of them could carry a team. They need supporting cast to carry a team. Obviously, all 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? They can't do it by themselves. They're not Michael Jordan. They're not Kobe Bryant. They're not the person that really, truly carried a team by himself more than anybody in the NBA history, to me, is Allen Iverson. Carried Philly on his back.
Yeah.
I don't care what they say.
Yeah.
Like you said, I'm 6'1", 165 pounds, bony as hell, but I give you my play every game like my last. That's all I got to say. That is you want to be technical. He's the only man who can do that.
All right, Rary Lady, let's hear what you got to say about it.
All right. Their best time was when they were together. That none of them are sniffing the title no more. Kevin Durant, he only got it because he went to the Golden State. I mean, that was a smart business move for him to go join a 72-win team. That was smart. That's just, you know, it was easy pickings as far as I'm concerned. These dudes, they don't really want to win titles. I just call it. They don't really want to win titles. They don't. The NBA provides them with the good living, a lot of celebrity, and a lot of acclaim. The mentality that you have to be able to for you to want to reach that, you see it and they play, and that's not how they play. You know what I'm saying? These cats are not, you know what I'm saying? They're not nasty like that. They're not, you know what I'm saying? Like nasty, like I'm doing whatever the fuck it takes to win. I don't see that from them. Even Kevin Durant, pretty plain ass. Like I don't see that from him. You know what I'm saying? I think he got a wake up call. He shouldn't have left Golden State. He's gotten a wake up call. playing for Brooklyn and understanding this because you know, I do blame LeBron for this in regards to what he did when he started taking. I love the fact that he started taking short-term deals, but what I don't like is people wanted to mimic that. Other stars wanted to mimic that, and what they failed to realize that what LeBron has is he has a team around him as an individual player. And what I mean by that is Maverick Carter, that's his boy that run Clutch Sports, making sure that he has major say so within the organization. Kevin Durant, as much as you want to get your homeboy, you call your partners on the phone and say, let's get together. When it comes to other player personnel, you don't have that rank.
Nope.
You understand? So, and what he found out is that his friends have different mentalities. Like they all, you know, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't even think that team in Brooklyn got together for necessarily a title, so to speak. Of course, a title, if they would have got it, cool. But the mentality, nigga worry about strip clubs, man. You know, you worried about, you know, is the food good at the strip club? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So Westbrook, I've been watching him play since his UCLA days. And I said the same thing as a freshman at UCLA as to the man who's playing now. He was never going to be that dude because he did not know how to play with pace. He plays at one gear.
Yep.
And that's 100 miles an hour.
Yep.
And I said, well, if you cannot control pace and understand when to go, and he do it a little bit better, but no. I mean, you play too reckless, and he's too reckless with the ball. I like I said, I've been watching it since his UCLA days, and I said, if he does not learn how to pace a game, he's just going to be a really good athlete playing point guard, and that's what he pretty much was. And I'm not fault him in any way, shape, or form because he go out there, he go get triple doubles because he play hard. I love that.
You talking about what's the rest of
player? He don't take no nights off, but yeah. So his days of trying to compete for a title is over because I don't know. I mean unless the Lakers actually put something together this off season, yeah, I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. He's a turnover machine at this point in his career. He turns the ball over. He's too careless with the basketball. That's the most precious thing you can do and you have in the game of basketball is the ball and possession.
Yeah, but he's
too reckless. Harden, like I said, he worried about strip clubs. He can't keep his weight fluctuating at this point in his career as an older man. He's not sniffing it unless he
got snuffed by the Kardashian curse too.
You could say that. You could say I thought he was through with it when he hurried up and dumped old Chloe, but it looking like the lifestyle stuck with him. But unless Embiid is able to carry him, then he's not winning the title either. That's how I see it.
You don't have neither three of those players have the Mamba mentality.
I think
Kobe. And you can't get it. You can't. You got to have it in you. You can't find. You can't create it. You got to have it in you.
Yeah, I think their best. I think their best chance to win a title, like as individuals, I think it was when they were together. I feel like if they wouldn't have let Harden go, I think they would have ended up winning the championship. I agree with Raider Lady where Kevin Durant coming to Golden State, that was the best career move he ever could have made. Because Kevin Durant's already came out and said it. I just want to hoop. You know what I'm saying? He just wants to hoop. And I think he wanted to get that monkey off his back as much as he tried to say he don't care about what other people say. He came to Golden State just to win those championships so people can say, so he can say, well, at least I have two. You know what I'm saying? Granted, whether they would have won or not, we can't talk about it because they did without, they won one without him already. And that's another thing that's going to be on Kevin Durant's back. Well, you went there and they had already won one without you. Kevin Durant going to Brooklyn with Kyrie. I think Kyrie's another player where he don't necessarily care about winning championships. He got one with LeBron, you know what I'm saying? But he's another one of those players. He's like, I just want to hoop. You know what I'm saying? I think as far as James Harden, I think I think his best chance of getting a ring after leaving OKC is if Chris Paul didn't get hurt in that series when they were playing the Warriors. I feel like they could have made a solid run, and they could have, tried to do something with Cleveland. I don't know if they would have won or whatever.
They wouldn't beat the Warriors.
But at the end of the day, I think that was James Harden as like trying to carry a team, quote unquote. That was his best shot. Russell Westbrook, yeah, his best chance was when they were all together. Russell Westbrook in Houston, it wasn't great. Even when he was in OKC by himself and he was trying to carry that team, obviously they still weren't that good. Yeah, he was getting the stats, the triple doubles and whatnot. But again, I'm saying, alluded to Raider Lady, the fact that he only knows how to play at one pace. We see how dangerous that is. You know what I'm saying? As a point guard, you have to control the pace. You have to know when you can push it, and when you have to slow it down and really try to look out for everything. Because basketball is very much is like chess. You know what I'm saying? There's certain aspects where you can speed it up and you have the move already set. But as a point guard, you have to think 3 or 4 steps ahead. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And Russell Westbrook, he hasn't shown that he can really do that, at least especially on a consistent, on a consistent basis.
Call KYP, know your personnel. And to me, he didn't show that to me as a point guard, even though he can get the numbers. But I'm talking about making the plays that are like winning plays. Mm-hmm. Know your personnel. Outside of playing with Durant and Harden, tell me who he has elevated.
I don't even think he necessarily elevated Durant or Harden. You know what I'm saying? Even though, he got them the ball, but those players.
I'm saying outside those two, we know who are really gifted players.
Yeah.
Outside of those two, because they were already naturally gifted.
Because even if you look at when he was on OKC, and this is when SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he became his own player. He became a better player when Russell was off the floor. And you look at him now, he's arguably one of the more underrated point guards, because I think what he's done, I think he looked at what Russell did and was like, okay, I can do this sometimes, but at the same time, he knows how to control the game as far as being a point guard.
Yeah.
I think Russell Westbrook
with Chris Paul. He played better with Chris Paul than Russ.
I think Russell's best chance, if getting a ring is what he wants, I think his best shot now, he might have to pull the Carmelo and just ride the bench somewhere, control that second unit. I don't see Russell Westbrook being the starting point guard for a team that wants to win a chip. James Harden, he kick it with rappers. I think he wants to be more. He's more of the entertainer lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I think he got arrested with Lil Baby in Paris or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's very much, he's the party guy. He was like, oh, I got paid. Houston cashed me out because I brought Houston to the playoffs. Like, I did what I did. The man ate his way out of Houston. And then, you know what I'm saying, everywhere, and it's starting to become the MO. Everywhere James Harden goes, he tries to say that they're the problem, but realistically, he's the problem. No matter what. And don't get me wrong, all 3 of those guys are very talented individuals. James Harden, he's a hell of a ball handler, and he can get to the basket and whatnot, and he manipulated the hell out of the fucking rule book. But hey, at the end of the day, James Harden, if out of all 3, I think James Harden would be the least likely to get a ring, and in Kevin Durant's case, another ring, because James Harden just doesn't seem like he really cares to do so. If that's the case, I feel like if all 3 of them had the mindset of Kobe Bryant, each of them would have 1 ring. Kevin Durant would probably have 1 more, saying that this Brooklyn series. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, I just don't see it. I don't see none of them. I don't see any of them getting another ring or a ring in general. I don't see. Obviously, their legacies will go down for what they did or whatever. They're going to be in the Hall of Fame. But at the end of the day, man, I just don't like. There's just certain things that you see in basketball players, and as someone who loves the game of basketball, there's other players out there who aren't as talented, but that mindset will take them a lot farther, as far as especially even getting rings. You know what I'm saying? Another, and I think one of those examples to me, as far as like one of those great players who will probably never get a ring, is Melo. If Melo would have came, like when Melo was with the Knicks and they had Jeremy Lin doing his thing, if Melo would have came back and been like, all right, we good. I got Jeremy Lin, it's me. He probably could have had a ring. You know what I'm saying? In New York, of all places. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think at the end of the day, I don't see any of those players, you know what I'm saying, even sniffing the finals, man. To be honest, I don't see any of them sniffing the finals. Yeah, James Harden, best bet for him. I think Joel Embiid has to carry him. KD, shit, I don't know.
Joel Embiid to win that damn MVP.
Yeah, and then Russ. I mean, to me, Russ is a lost cause. He did what he had to do. He averaged a triple-double for whatever amount of seasons. But obviously, at doing that didn't amount to any team success.
Well, if we, like I said, the best way we're going to be able to utilize him to get the most out of him is for him to have the ball more. LeBron going to play. LeBron going to play on the block. Anthony Davis needs to go to the 5 and stop playing. We can go get a guard, a shooting guard, and let's go play basketball. Because LeBron, you're too old. Let's do it this way, and let's see how it works. Because if it don't, then hey, we know this is last year. He's gone, right? He can go somewhere else. That's the only way it's going to work. Bottom. So what else? Yeah.
Oh man, I like this Laker talk, man. I like it. You know what I'm saying? As a Warrior fan, I grew up watching y'all beat up on us, for years. So
right. Now the tides have changed. There's just 1 year. This is a minor setback this year for a major comeback next year.
Hey, so. I hope so, because basketball is a lot more fun when the Lakers are in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody could agree to that, seeing that purple and gold up there. Granted, I'm glad y'all tied the Celtics, because for whatever reasons, I do not like the Celtics. I think y'all should get Jason
Tatum. Think about back in the day, right? Everybody liked the Celtics. It was a lot of.
I'm watching Winning Time right now.
Some of that old stuff, all them old. I'm talking about the old Boston.
Talking about Bill Russell.
11
titles.
Russell. Well, that man won 11 titles.
11 and 13 years though.
Right, and he won one as a coach.
Yeah,
player coach.
Player coach. Player coach. I remember. So he's just. He's just the ultimate champion. So everybody want to talk about something. Talk to Bill Russell. Say I'm the ultimate champion.
All right, and then we gonna end it off with this. I just want to hear what y'all Laker fans are saying. What y'all gonna say? Do you think LeBron will bring y'all another title?
Is that the question? Do I think
that's the question? We're gonna end it off with this.
I can tell you this: LeBron has brought Cleveland so many. When he's brought everywhere he went, he's brought them a championship.
At least one.
At least one. Can he get the Lakers another one with the right coach and with the right situation? Where if he buys into, to the team, chemistry of the team, and what's going to work best for the team, he will bring us another one. He'll bring one more before it's all said and done with for his career. I think LeBron could bring one more because he's just too good of a player. I mean, that's a generational talent. I don't care what they say about him. Yeah, he needs to just stick to playing basketball versus trying to be the being general manager and the coach. You know what I'm saying? LeBron, he was probably passing Gatorade cups out. Shit. Who knows? He's the one that you want to run everything. Shit, cut the showers on, run the shower for everybody too. But at the end of the day, as far as pure talent and the will to win and wanting to win, I know he wants to win at least one more championship. And is he capable of doing it? Yes, within the right situation with the right players. And we're going to have to get the right coach to come in here. And that's what's the number one key right there, is for us to get the right coach to come in here to be able to tame him, and keep him in order. Because if the coach can't keep the order on this court, we ain't winning another. You just playing until your son come and your son play, and then you're gonna be gone. Because other teams are gonna start seeing that, and they're not gonna want to, ain't nobody gonna, come on, man. you're the greatest, probably going to be your greatest player in your generation.
Oh, absolutely. By far.
He may be the greatest player in all the generations when it's said and done. And I mean, Kobe is my guy. He don't have the mentality of Kobe. And that's the only two players that have that mentality is Kobe and Jordan. Those are the only two that have that will to win, that don't quit. You know what I'm saying? It's competitive, very competitive. Nobody's ever been competitive. And Iverson, even though Iverson just didn't have the players that those players had, you know, supporting cast. But
Iverson was supposed to be a Laker.
He could have been, but you know how this is NBA. This is NBA we're talking about. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want the Lakers to pass Boston.
They wouldn't, if the Lakers couldn't get Chris Paul, they weren't gonna let him land.
Well, we got
what's it called?
T-Mac, Paul, but they vetoed the trade.
What's it called? T-Mac came out and said he was like, it was supposed to be a trade proposed. It was going to be AI, T-Mac, and Kobe.
Oh.
But David Stern said, hell no.
No, because you know why? That was David Stern trying to dispute the talent and not want the Lakers to pass the old Boston Celtics. We're going to pass them anyway, one way or the other. Whether LeBron gets this next one, LeBron get the next one for us, we pass him.
We pass him when we get Jason Tatum, because he's
Tatum
going to be a Laker.
Yeah.
He may be a Laker one day. He may be
a Laker one day.
I want you to expunge on that, Raider lady, too. I want you to expunge on that, too.
But anyway, like I said, we can win one more if the right situation presents us.
Okay. Raider lady.
Yeah. He can definitely win another title with the Lakers. I mean, the man averaged, 28 a game? He averaged 28 this year?
No, he averaged 30 this year.
30.
I mean, and he's shooting better than I've ever seen him shoot in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Like from distance and everything. So he can definitely do it. It's gonna take them they need to get at least two shooters. They don't have any shooters. If you have to have a shooter to be able to complement this dude, period. Yep. And when you look at teams who have a dominant big and another guard, they always had a shooter. Those Laker teams, those 2000 runs, they always had shooters, whether it was Glenn Rice, Robert Ory, Rick Fox knocked it down. My boy Brian Shaw knocked it down. Fisher knocked it down. They have people who can shoot. Uh-huh. These teams, no, I mean, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope got hot in the bubble. Yep. That's why they won it. Outside of Anthony Davis play, which he played the best I've seen him play, it was because they had, Kentavious Caldwell was knocking down big shots for them. And so if they don't get a shooter, they're not going to win. I think LeBron, just because of his physical makeup, he has at least 3 seasons. I think he can play at least 3 more seasons where he's averaging 25 or more. Anthony Davis is the X factor, period. Right. They won't win anything if that man cannot play at least 70 games. Right. 70. He got to be on the court for 70.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I don't know what he needs to do, but he needs to be able to get his shot back.
Yep.
His mid-range shot was non-existent. I mean, it was a disconjointed season, so I get it. But so they can definitely win another title. I think they can actually win 2 if they get those shooters. If they don't get the shooters, it ain't happening. Your boy got to step up. Taylor Horton, because they traded everybody away because they believed. They believed in Taylor. So disappointing season, like just flat, just totally flat. And Kendrick Nunn, like I said, we talk about Ben Simmons. Kendrick didn't play a minute, not 1 minute for this team. He got hurt before. I mean, he got hurt and hitting his knee on the coffee table at home, and he never played. So he was expected to be a part of that big second unit as a youngster. The young legs, him, Taylor, and I forget the other young guy. And they needed that second unit to run. They never had it, but those things have to fall in place. And when it comes to the coach, Jeannie Buss and them got to say, look, LeBron, we did it your way for 3 years. Thank you. You brought a title, but we got it from here. Go do the shop when you want to, go cut you some deals. But when it comes to this basketball thing, we are the Lakers. This ain't Cleveland. They let him run. And I knew they had to appease him to get him here. So they had to give those concessions early. You're going to be able to do this. Okay, what's your thought? Boom, boom, boom. That's out the window. Ownership needs to take control of the team, period. And you got to bring a coach who ain't afraid to coach.
Right.
I don't know who that's going to be. I don't know who that Jackson. It would be interesting if they brought Phil. Phil. How old is Phil? 68?
That fool probably stabbed
Phil ain't coming back.
Phil ain't coming back to deal with that. Yeah. I'll say Mark Jackson is the man to do the job.
You think they're going to bring Mark after how many years being away?
Yep, because the defense is going to be good. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I just think that Mark Jackson is the perfect fit for the Lakers.
Yeah, they need somebody who don't take no shit.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what we need. What they need. That's bottom line.
Yep. I honestly think the Lakers, I think LeBron could bring the Lakers one more title. I think their biggest thing, again, I agree with both of y'all, the shooters and the coach. You can bring shooters you can bring some veteran shooters off the bench, or you can get a couple minimum deals. You know what I'm saying? The exception, all that. You can bring in somebody who can spot up three. Cleveland did it with Kyle Korver. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of people out. There's not anybody in the NBA who can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? I think.
Oh no, but the Lakers don't never haven't found them. Where they at? They can't.
But when they get here,
they find a couple of them when they come to us. They
cannot shoot once they put on the purple and gold. They shrink.
I was just about to say that because y'all signed Danny Green, and all of a sudden he was garbage. I don't know what happened.
No, he won a ring with us in a bubble though. Pressure.
He wasn't shooting well doing it though.
Oh,
I know that
pressure.
much. What's it called? I think the biggest thing definitely. Whoever y'all bring in as a head coach, who I would like to see Mark Jackson. Another one that would kind of see working is David Fizdale. I can kind of see him doing it.
Too soft.
We don't need nothing soft. We need hard.
Soft. You think so?
Yeah. Too soft.
We need hard. Mark Jackson would be hard.
Mark Jackson is definitely like my leading candidate that I would see. You know what I'm saying? I saw something about Quinn Snyder, and I was like, nah, y'all don't.
Man, hell no.
They messed up when they let Jason walk. When they let Jason walk, they messed up.
If y'all would have let Jason Kidd take over head coaching, I think y'all would have been cool. Even with Russell Westbrook this season, I think y'all would have been cool. I think that's the biggest thing, having a coach who will stand up to LeBron like Tyronn Lue did. If you have a coach that, that got a backbone that you LeBron James, but this is my team. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to run it how I want. I think that'll take y'all a long way. I agree. I think LeBron has 3-4 years left, as at least playing at the clip that we see him.
A high level. You got
a high level. My biggest thing for y'all, y'all got to find the right coach. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing.
I'm telling you, Jenny Buss. I'm telling you, Jim Buss. Go out and get Mark Jackson. About that. Right. Why? Because he about that action.
And Tatum, like I said, Tatum will be a Laker within 3 years.
I agree.
By year.
We'll get him.
From now, he'll be a Laker.
We'll get him.
Hey, something about it. He would look right in that purple and gold.
He wants to, in the back of his mind, he wants to carry on the Mamba legacy. He wants to carry it on.
I thought it was going to be Booker. I thought it was going to be Devin Booker.
Booker, they ain't letting him get up out of there.
I think Booker likes his situation. I think he likes Arizona, being the man. Just that whole thing. I think that boy will leave Boston, get out of the East Coast, get out of the snow.
Come to sunny Los Angeles.
And be Mamba's
reincarnation
predecessor. Yeah. He has a lot of love for Kobe. He does not hide it. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. Boston is not where it's at. I'm sorry. I like Ume Udoka though, but it's not where it's at.
All right. And with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? I am the Young Architect. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. My other co-host, would y'all ever so gracefully sign off?
Well, this is Raider Mike. And like I said, he said like, share, subscribe, and that's all I gotta say. I'll see you next week.
Yes, Raider lady, Raider lady in the building, man. We're gonna do it again next week. It was a ball, it's always a blast, chopping it up, talking sports. Like you said, share it.